it's possible that this could change me forever. That's a little better. You'd stay dry in here and you'd be safe from the bugs, which would be so nice. These types of stakes are absolutely awful. Really hard to push in the ground with just your bare hand. It really digs in there. Maybe I'm just not tough enough. Maybe that's the problem. But you guys know me. I'm a hammock camper. I sleep under a poncho every time I'm out. If I'm camping somewhere and I'm by myself, I'm sleeping under a poncho. And I have done that most of my adult life. Pretty much my entire adult life since I was like maybe 15 is when I started sleeping under a poncho. And I haven't changed. I've been very, very reluctant to change, as I am with pretty much all of my gear. When I find something that I like, when I find something that works, I just stick with it. Not even bother trying anything else for the most part. But this one-man little shelter right here, I thought might be a happy medium. And I've been chewed up by bugs before. I mean, I have been devoured by mosquitoes. So having a bug net, an integrated built-in bug net right here that will keep the no-see-ums and mosquitoes and all the critters from biting you in the middle of the night, I mean, that is pretty dang nice. I typically just wear long sleeves and cover myself up completely, and I deal with it. Because a bug net's just added weight, bulk. I've got a Hennessy hammock, but the thing is a huge, big, giant brick. It's a heavy, big thing that makes it difficult to pack when you're packing light on a motorcycle or just backpacking or whatever. And I'm an ultralight, minimalist kind of guy. I don't like to bring a whole lot of stuff that I don't need. If I don't need it, why am I bringing it? So this one-man tarp rainfly that kind of goes with the bug net bottom of the shelter there is supposedly worn as a shelter, worn as a poncho as well. Let's see how that works out. Okay. It's not much of a poncho, but we'll see how it works as a rainfly. Supposed to be used with like a trekking pole, but I don't know about you, but I never carry a trekking pole with me ever. I might occasionally cut myself a walking stick, but I definitely never carry a purpose-built trekking pole. That's just not me. All right, so granted, first time setting this thing up, took me a little while to figure out what was going on. It seems simple, and I guess it is simple, and after setting it up multiple times, you probably get the hang of it. It wouldn't take that long. But without, a designated size trekking pole, I guess what I would probably do is I would figure out how tall it needs to be based on my body. So this is like right at the top of my hip bone. So there, in the future, I would know that a stick the size of my hip bone is what I need to set this thing up. So that looks like a pretty decent one-man size shelter. I mean, I guess that would probably get the job done. You're protected on three sides from any rain, as long as you weren't getting, a sideways rain blowing in, diagonally in on you, you'd probably stay pretty dang dry in there. The problem with having a floor in a tent, in my experience, while it is nice, it keeps, the bugs and stuff away from you. The problem with it is when it does get wet, it holds the water, and then you're laying in a puddle, like a bath, which is less than ideal. So, I don't know. I've never been really into tents. Tents have never been my thing. I like seeing what's going on around me. I want to have an open, view of what's going on around me, and that's why I sleep under a poncho or a tarp or whatever, so I can have that. And that's why this kind of appealed to me, because it's open on one side. You got the protection of the bug net, which is great. This time of year, the mosquitoes, you probably can't hear them, but they're around my ear right now going zzz. And then when you're trying to sleep at night, you guys know that will drive you absolutely insane. Brought my wancho, my wool poncho here as my ground pad, which this time of year, you don't really need a whole lot of insulation, so I guess it would get the job done. Let's climb in this thing. And now I've used my motorcycle riding gloves to protect the top and the bottom of the shelter because the stick is on the inside. I would like the stick to be on the outside, but I couldn't figure out a way to make it work properly on the outside. It just, I didn't read the I don't read instructions. If a shelter has to come with instructions, I'm not interested. It's too complicated for me. My simple mind it can't keep up. So I did the best I could with just being able to figure this thing out. But I've got the stick on the inside, my walking stick here, and I'm using a glove to protect the top and the bottom so the stick doesn't jab a hole through the material. So that's what I'm after. So let's see, we'll zip up our bug net. Keeps us away from the mosquitoes. We spread out our wancho. By the way, I've got a bunch of these in stock now. So jump on them. I know it's this time of year, people aren't interested in wool because it's friggin' hot. The only thing I really use the wancho for this time of year is this right here, just a ground pad, a light blanket, you know, when you don't want a sleeping bag because you'll die. But you spread out your wancho or whatever you have, your ground pad, on the ground. Let's see. I am 5'10", and I am taking up this entire shelter. You know, my head's touching one side, my feet are touching the other side. I'm filling this thing up. So, you know, if you're much bigger than me, if you're over 6 feet tall, you're going to be kind of curled up in this thing for the most part. I think this is a pretty decent one-man shelter. I mean, you'd stay dry in here and you'd be safe from the bugs, which would be so nice. I mean, this last trip I took, a couple nights, I got devoured by bugs. I mean, they just were relentless and they wouldn't leave you alone. So having a designated bug net, you know, a safe space, someplace where you can be you know, without judgment. Having a safe space away from the bugs is going to be really nice. And for that, this is a win. But like I said, you know, if water was to get in here, this is a moisture barrier from the ground, which is great. It's like waterproof boots. Waterproof boots are awesome until they get wet, and then they stay wet. They lock in the water, just like they keep the water out. But I love having this one side open. That's cool. I can see what's going on around me. I'm protected from the rain. If it was to rain, like it looks like it's about to any minute now, I'd be okay. It is warm in here though, with just the bug net. You would think a bug net wouldn't be hot. Like you'd think it'd be open and breezy and you'd still stay cool. But I tell you what, friends, it's not the case. Instantly hotter inside of this mesh screen here. Instantly, significantly warmer. Stick your head out. A little bit of fresh air because it's, you know, it's 85 degrees today or whatever. And super humid. It's going to storm here this afternoon, guaranteed. But is this going to change me? Am I going to shift gears from this or from my go-to poncho shelters, hammock, or sleeping on the ground, like a plow point kind of configuration under my poncho that I can also wear as an effective piece of rain gear? Am I going to switch from that to something like this? I don't know. I'm willing to give it a go. Am I committed? Absolutely not. But I'm willing to give it a go just because it's pretty small, packs down really small. It's reasonably easy to set up. I'm not a gear guy. I don't obsess over the gear. That's not my thing. Some of you guys do. Some of you guys love the newest doodad that came out. That's just not me. I stick with what works and I go with it for a long period of time. Until eventually, you know, someone convinces me that there's something better out there. Yeah, decent. I mean, you'd stay dry in there. It's good protection. It's a decent sized shelter. I mean, you could even squeeze 2 people in there. It'd be a little tight, you know, but if it was the missus or somebody, you know, you didn't mind snuggling with, I think you could fit 2 people in a shelter like that and be sitting pretty from the elements if it was getting nasty outside. This shelter system here is made by OneWind. Full disclosure, they sent me this thing to try it out, and I said, hey, no guarantees, but I'll take a look at it. Here you go. Let me know, is there something better out there, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys approve of this thing here? Should I keep doing what I'm doing? Is there something better out there that I'm unaware of because I'm too frugal to invest my money into different shelter systems, and I just keep doing the same old thing over and over again? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section if I'm an idiot. I appreciate you watching, friends. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And until next time, what's the worst that could happen? Let's just go on 3. And all this fits in my little trunk here. My milk crate on the back of the XR150L. Raw power. Just got my shelter there. My wancho's all wadded up down there. My machete. Camera tripod. A few extra odds and ends, some tools. All fits nice and easy in the truck bed.